Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another 8 Cars 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spelled on the bottom left side as the red Magyars, we have ZARC. I'm assuming that's the clan name? Maybe not, I'm not so sure. Spawn on the top right side as the blue Bulgarian, we have Friendless. It is an arena map there, and both of them have stone walls, so let's go up the max of time speed as everybody starts equaling up. Let's cover each player civilization bonuses. Magyars, cavalry, civilization, villagers kill wolves with one strike. Forge, cast iron, blast furnaces free. Scout cavalry, light cavalry hussars cost 50% less. Unique use of Magyar Hussar. Corvin army makes Magyar units a trash unit. Curve Rebo gives cavalry archers +1 range, +1 attack. Both of these should be very good in an arena map. And cavalry archers are trained faster. As speaking of which, looks like his opponent is eyeing to stop this long game. He does get a tower to plot field, has some villagers here. And let's cover his bonuses as he starts battering down a stone wall. His opponent could spend a bit of stone there to get it repaired up, but this tech guard tower is in the region. Load up to 3 villagers. He does get 3 units to attack the wall there, maximum damage output on that single wall segment, and he does get a breach there. Villagers now making an advance. We got line and palisade walls here. Bulgarians, infantry and cavalry civilization, militia line upgrades are free. Town centers cost 50% less stone. Blacksmith and siege workshop technologies cost 50% less food. Can build cray posts. Unique units call next, a very stubborn infantry unit. Stirrups, cavalry attack 33% faster, and Baggins get militia line +5 armor. Blacksmiths work 80% faster. Okay, that's all good. Now let's take a look at this tower rush. Both players are in feudal age. We do have a blacksmith going up. Not sure. It looks like the town center is out of range. The guard tower, the watchtower is in good range. Snipes the sheep there, denying that food to come. And now the town center is a bit farther. I think these villagers are ever so slightly out of range, which is good for red. Could advance forward for more. Oh, they're just going to build some palisade walls there around his tower there to make sure it's a bit more resilient. And now it's going to take time to shank some houses. He could withdraw these villagers in this region to get them back and collecting resources. Right now, the villager count is 26 to 26, but that also means blue not only has invested more in this attack, but also has less gathering at the moment. And 5 villagers is a significant number right now. A little less than 20% of his villagers are on the front line, or behind the enemy's front line, because he's already went through the walls. He does destroy a house there, very nice. Villagers apparently do reasonably well versus housing. Not really familiar with the damage output of villager versus house, but he's getting some good damage from these housing. Let's see. He is not a pop cap. He's going for fast castle, and he's swapping between a lot of research techs, going for double bit axe or whatever it's called. He does have enough population for the moment. He will need to get out some more housing. He does have enough wood for a bit of housing. With him ending the next age, he may have only 1 spare population, but he's currently building 0 population because of the castle age. And let's go and fast forward a little bit since he's shanking housing. Bulgarian player have not deleted his backline stone walls just yet. He's collecting some stone as well. Let's see. Is blue eyeing to go to the next stage too soon? Yes, he is. He may be eyeing. He's collecting that stone maybe for some cray posts. A cray post on the front line could be very useful. He does actually build a palisade wall there to close the breach. And he does build some more gate walls around these this palisade wall there. Farm receiving fire. Farm does not have any pierce armor, inherent pierce armor. I do have now some mangonels now engaging this tower there. It does actually destroy the walls first. May have misclicked the tower and hit the walls, but either way, now it's really hitting the wall, the tower. And our tower is getting some good damage on the farm, and it will make a lot of kebabs for his opponent, but he doesn't want to eat kebabs. And there goes that tower. The farm may be on fire, but you can still collect food perfectly fine. My favorite. Always wonder if farms should get a slight health regen because it's farms. It tends to grow while the people not there or are there. As you know, the towers seem a lot of fire. We've got the scouts engaging the scouts. Looks like the red scouts winning. After all, red playing as the Magyars does get free melee attacks. So he does have access to a lot of good damage output on his scouts right now. You have a crate post to pull out on field, very nice, and does find a volley onto that scout cavalry, taking it out. And now we're going to see perhaps a bit of a relic war. Do we have a monster going up? We see another town center going up for red. Blue has a monk, multiple monks on the field. He does have this relic camp. He may want to go for that relic sooner than the other ones, but now Blue's eyeing to pull out his own scout cavalry with the forge text research. They do have decent damage output of 7. Blue has not gotten any sort of forge tech. And scouts are resistant to conversion as well. Seeing the scout there, he has to be very careful. The scout cannot protect the monk. It is one shot away from death as well. Right now, red is eyeing for villagers and more monks of his own now. Blue right now is eyeing for villagers. He does get a 3rd town center being built now. Blue is slightly behind the villagers because he does not have 3 town centers, but that advantage should be very small. And something I just remembered as well. There we go. I just wanted to view something. Palisade gate, the palisade wall is slowly going down to these spearmen. They do poke that wall down. And we'll go ahead and take out those palisade walls as well. And as long as this bit of palisade wall stays alive for Blue, that does give him a bit of access to his opponent, because he can always delete that palisade wall there to advance on his opponent's base. Relic has been claimed here. Blue's claimed 1 relic so far. This relic has been claimed by red. And we've got these 2 relics making their way back, so Blue will claim for at least 3 relics. Red is claimed for the last one. And now we do have the additional housing going up to reinforce Red's wall. Oh, and this monk needs to get on out of there. That scout's far too close. We're going to fast forward a little bit because both sides looks like equaling up. Blue's going for more villagers in wheelbarrow. Red right now has 4 villager queues as well, so red will maintain great villager production. Now we've got a bunch of monks for Blue. All relics have been claimed. We've got 3 for Blue, 2 for red. Palisade wall right there does go down, and it's going to be reinforced with a house. Outposts trying to be built there. Very nice. I like seeing these outposts. And now I do got a wave of Conic advancing on forward. What tech does he have? He has no melee armor, or no melee armor, no melee attack. So Blue should eye getting those research relatively soon. Currently he's deploying out, didn't even have villagers on the queue. Needs more population space, so needs more housing. Here, university as well, very nice. Is that another crate post? Multiple crate posts now deployed on the field. He can go for backline keep or castle later on to get his technologies from there. Crate posts can only build conics, cannot build research any sort of technology. Now we've got Imperial Age for the Bulgarian. Red is also getting Imperial Age and going for fletching. He does spot the conics there. Conics trying to get some swings. And since both sides are more or less echoing, let's just go and fast forward the time being. We've got a big wave of archery range there. He may be eyeing for cavalry archers. Yes, we see cavalry archers on the build queue. Conics do have 1 inherent melee or pierce armor. Not anything special to avoid cavalry archer fire. And with unique techs of cavalry archers for red, they can do some good damage, especially the range. Range is very important. Conics sort of dancing around. As well as Blue needs to get heresy research as well, because getting one of these conics converted is basically losing 2 units. If he gets heresy research, not only will die, but he will keep the dismount of conics. So Blue needs an eye for heresy. We got a big line of archer ranges here. They're just rallying up stuff on the inside, going for 6 archer ranges there. But he has a significant number of these conics deployed on the field, gaining heavy cav archer, very nice. Blue's Imperial Age is almost complete. He needs to get out, since he has so many conics, he may want to get out a castle relatively soon to get the elite conic upgrade. And look how many outposts Blue has. He has a lot of outposts. I like that. They are relatively cheap. What, 25 wood, 5 stone? Scout does go down. Does Blue have any castle technologies? Masonry and architect would be very useful for those cray posts. You can always get bombards, right? He can also get his own good cavalry archers as well, but they will be inferior to his opponents. Probably a good idea just for skirmishers. Where is that? Looking around a little bit too much. Heavy cav archers advancing on forward. They're at 10 damage. Does not have any armor research, which is important. And right now we do got a good amount of archer being researched on the Connex. I think he has all of his melee armor. Yes, or horse armor, I should say. Doesn't have his final blast forge technology. He could go for some infantry armor later on. Do we see a castle being strictly out? He really should eye for the elite conic upgrades. He has so many conics. Not sure who generally wins in a fight between conics and heavy cav archers, but does get his research there. They're up to 12 damage each range. Each range is significant. You can always reinforce with additional Magyar Hussars as a cheap unit as well. Could go for some extra castles there to get the production up and going, as well as defense. And with the prey post and the castle in this region, that should be a lot of defense. Red's going for a forward castle. He may want to get some scouts out to escort them, because right now that's far too exposed with pushing forward unescorted. He should know about that cray post, right? He knows about the cray post, but he does not know about the castle yet. We don't see even Fletching even research here. So we just got Fletching research right there. He does not cancel the castle just yet. A lot of these villagers are going down. Cavalry archer is trying to get some damage on in. He does not have thumb ring, but he does have ballistics and chemistry. Going for the castle now. We're seeing a bit of damage. Dismounted conics don't, of course, receive any additional armor. Getting some great damage there. Doing some good stutter step, but receiving a lot of damage themselves. And the castle may have actually been destroyed there. I'm not sure if it was actually cancelled. Red does have 600 stone, so perhaps it was cancelled. And a large number of these cavalry archers receiving quite a bit of abuse there. He needs to get out some Magyar Hussars or Spearmen, any sort of front line. Dismounted conics getting some hits there. And some of them do go down. Additional cray posts being pulled in the field. We don't see the elite conic research, nor has it been researched. His additional technologies, Starps is going to be very important as well. He needs to get that. Backends could be useful later on. Probably not. The militia line research is probably not going to make be important at the moment. Red's going for a castle or keep castle right there. Gets good damage there onto those conics, slowly whittling them down. Of course, this amount of conics will still pose a threat. Trebuchets may get hit by the conics though, decides to stand his ground there. Nice little choke point there, thanks to this little tree as well. But some of these villagers are not getting hit as trebuchets are hitting Red's castle. Castle's 95% complete. Need more cavalry archers, heavy cav archers there. Castle not complete. You can get inside the castle to get additional air output there. Got a lot of villagers on the front line trying to build out some more barracks, looks like. He's trying to build out halberdiers, help to stop these conics. Does get them loaded and unloaded. This area is meant for loading and unloading area only. These be killed by the cavalry archers if you don't follow that rule. And is ready to keep the castle is starting to go on down. Got a good number of halberdiers on the field. And not enough though. Just the one. And these cavalry archers are still trying to get some damage on in. These conics, however, being very, very stubborn and does back out of the game now. I think those conics just, since they're a stubborn unit to kill, That's one reason why they did hold so well. Additionally, he had a very, very late transition to these halberdiers. When seeing all of those conics running around, he probably should have gone for a bit more spearman halberdier earlier on. But either way, this end grid saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.